Hello everyone, Cowbunger here, and today I'm finally going to make another top 10, no, top 15 video, and this time it's for the characters I personally want to see in MultiVersus. It's been nearly a year since I made one of these, so you can't say I'm a bad YouTuber who only follows trends and clickbaits. There is one rule to this list, and it is that I will not be including characters that have been leaked or data mined in any way. So if a character is absent, that might be why. These characters are not ordered either. We're just sitting here and we're gonna have fun. I will not be using footage from any of the shows that I mentioned, so you'll just get PNGs and gameplay in the background instead. Okay, so let's start off with a certified banger. Number 15 is Xavier, the Renegade Angel. Is this already unique from everybody else's list? Good. I would like to see Xavier in MultiVersus because he actually has the potential to be one of the weirdest fighting game characters of all time. And I think that is saying something. Every single one of his moves could be a mix-up just to replicate the feeling that you get when you watch this show and try to understand Xavier's speech. Don't ask me what this show is about, by the way. From what I've seen, I think there's enough material there to at least think about what a moveset for Xavier could be like. I think it would be a challenge to put Xavier in, but he could be a really good April Fool's character for this game along with somebody like Uncle Grandpa. I don't see Xavier ever being in this game though, mainly because of his attire, among many other things, but I can dream. Let's bring in another character from Adult Swim for number 14, Eric Andre. The Eric Andre show is another example of TV programming that you cannot see anywhere else. His skits are insane, and he could have a very entertaining moveset. For his neutral special, he could wield a gun. But in all seriousness, at the very least, an Eric Andre stage would be really funny too. And having Eric Andre or Xavier be announcers in this game would really be something else. I'd buy their announcer packs instantly. Number 13, we have our first character not owned by Warner Brothers, and it is James Bond. The main reason why I would like James Bond in MultiVersus is because he was actually planned to be in Super Smash Bros. Melee before ultimately being scrapped because of many different things. Imagine that timeline, huh? Getting James Bond in MultiVersus would be a full circle moment for a plat fighter nerd like me. Along with that, who doesn't like James Bond? He is tactical and he has plenty of gadgets he could use from the movies to make himself unique from the rest of the cast. You could even just take things from GoldenEye on the N64, he would still make for a fun character. He has remote mines, a tranquilizer gun, dagger shoes, toxic gas. This guy really does have plenty of potential. Number 12 is the only DC character on the list, and it is Green Lantern. More than anyone else on the list, the Green Lantern really has potential to be one of the greatest additions to MultiVersus. His moveset potential is unlimited, but he could be a heavy hitter who also has the ability to protect his teammates. To balance that out, he could be a bit of a glass cannon. But yeah, his potential really does just speak for itself. Number 11 is another character not owned by Warner Brothers, but their connections to this franchise could help this character's chances. I'm talking about Dio Brando from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Warner Brothers Japan helped produce the anime, and the North American division of Warner Brothers helped distribute the anime on DVDs. It's safe to say that there are connections there, and it wouldn't be impossible for a character from JoJo to appear in MultiVersus. Dio has the ability to stop time, throw daggers rapidly, and he of course has his stand, which could enhance his melee combat. Sounds a bit overpowered, but that's the fun of adding an anime character to the game. Number 10 is Ice King from Adventure Time. No joke, Ice King is one of my favorite cartoon characters, so I'd love to see him be represented in MultiVersus. Playable villains are sick in general, and I think Ice King could be the Ice debuff menace. And that could synergize very well with other characters who like to debuff enemies. I also saw a tweet from Tony about the idea of pairing Ice King with Gunter, if they ever did get in, and I am sold on that idea. Any Adventure Time character would be sick, and I bet we'll get at least one more in the near future. Number 9 is the last Adult Swim character on the list, and it is Robot Chicken. I just want this character to be a party character, making references to other characters all the time. I doubt that he could just pull Mario out to do a forward air, but referencing Smash characters or even Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl characters throughout his moveset could be very fun. This character could end up being just as resource heavy as Ben 10, but again, I'm just dreaming here. I would love to see this become a reality if it is even possible. Number 8 is a very obvious pick, but one that still deserves a mention, and that is Daffy Duck. Need I say more? He just deserves it. He is one of the most entertaining Looney Tune characters. A talented artist who goes by SonicPox on Twitter has been making different animations for a hypothetical Daffy moveset, which has gotten plenty of attention from Tony. Hopefully it gives him some inspiration and encourages him to make Daffy a real character. Number 7 is a character that might be almost impossible to get, but I would really like to see him in this game. It's Iron Man. I think Warner Bros. Working with Disney to make this happen would be a miracle, but the interactions Iron Man could have with Batman, Superman, and the other DC characters would just be surreal. Iron Man in general would be a really sweet platform fighting game character. He could take Iron Giant's flight and combine that with his nano armor for a really cool moveset. Number 6 is Freddy Krueger. There are many horror franchises that Warner Bros. Have at their disposal, but Freddy is my most wanted horror character. He's got those sweet bladed gloves, pyrokinesis, and reality warping. I would also like to see him have the ability to put his opponents to sleep and have increased damage and knockback on any move he does when they are asleep. And hey, maybe James Bond could use the tranquilizer gun to put them to sleep too, and they would make a great team. I think in general it would be a nice little tradition if every Halloween maybe we got a Halloween character. I think that would be pretty fun. Number 5 is another Looney Tunes character, and this time it's Wild E. Coyote. He has done so many things to try to catch a Roadrunner, and you can make a trap heavy character with Wild E through that. Unlike the Roadrunner, his traps could actually be useful in a game like MultiVersus. We don't really have a character whose main focus is setting up traps. Maybe Rick and Morty could be that, but Wild E has the potential to be a really fun character regardless. Number 4 is the last third-party character on the list, and it is Optimus Prime. If we do get another large character in this game, I think Optimus Prime could be a fun candidate to be a character. He could have a mode where he stands upright and a mode where he turns into a truck. I think the upright mode would be where he has like a full moveset, and then the truck, he could just kind of drive around and hit opponents in it. Maybe do U-turns or something crazy like that, or donuts, I don't know. But I think it'd just be really fun to see Optimus Prime in the game, and I'd also think it'd be fun for him to interact with other characters in the game, especially the Iron Giant. All of these third-party characters are iconic in their own way, so I'd like to see any of them make an appearance. Goku would probably be the one that breaks the internet, but these others mean more to me personally. Number 3 is Grimm from The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. This show was one of my favorites as a kid, mainly because of Grimm. I love his character, and I think he could do a lot of interesting stuff with his scythe, like creating portals that could summon the undead, or summon fire too. He could have plenty of underworldly powers in general, thanks to all the subjects explored in the show. He could also just use a golf club because he loves golfing. There's plenty of material there, and I'd just like to have the character be taken seriously, but not too seriously. Number 2 is one that I don't see people talking about enough, and one that I would rather have had the Waluigi-like cult following over Walter White, and it's Robbie Rotten. I have nothing against Walter White, by the way. I see his potential too, but Robbie Rotten would make a great addition to the roster as well. He could pull his many villain tricks to make a fun moveset, and for me, I do genuinely like plenty of the music from Lazy Town, and I have not forgotten about Stefansson's final days. I learned how much of a stand-up guy he was, and I hope that we can continue his legacy in some way. I think the best way to do it would be adding him into the game. Number 1 is Numbuh One. What, that's his actual name, you know, Number 1 from The Kids Next Door? Again, this was one of my favorite Cartoon Network shows, and I would really love to see Number 1 get some love in MultiVersus. I think Cartoon Network Punch Time Explosion showed the potential of many Cartoon Network reps, and Numbuh One had one of the better movesets in that game. Still, I think he could have been greatly expanded upon. His DIY gadgets would bring something that most other characters can't. I don't think that they are looking into adding any more characters from Punch Time Explosion, but there are plenty of Cartoon Network legends missing from the roster, and I would really like to see a focus on them in the near future. And that is my list. Quite a roller coaster, huh? Who do you want to see in MultiVersus? Let me know in the comments below. It's only the beginning of the MultiVersus hype train, and we have plenty of news to look forward to. Make sure you subscribe to get all the important news from MultiVersus as it comes out, and like the video if you made it till the end. And I will see you guys on the next video. Bye.